Ms. Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for convening this very important hearing. I apologize, I was tied up on the floor in a few matters, but I just want to say that it's refreshing to see that we have a bipartisan hearing this morning. We simply cannot allow our government to descend into a surveillance state. Enough of big brother government snooping around our lives. The Fourth Amendment's protection against unreasonable search and seizure is not just a flowery phrase we learned in law school in our Constitution. The government cannot bypass constitutional limitations through private contracting. Allowing law enforcement and intelligence agencies to outsource their public function through data brokers and obtain Americans' personal information offends the rule of law. This unchecked practice is a threat to our democracy. It undermines our civil rights and our civil liberties. As history has made clear again and again, unchecked government policing weighs heavier on the already oppressed or marginalized, the poor, communities of color, LGBTQ+, individuals, and immigrants. Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent to enter for the record several articles. One by Politico entitled Homeland Security Records Show Shocking Use of Phone Data. Secondly, Washington Post entitled ICE Investigators Used a Private Utility Database Covering Millions to Pursue Immigration Violations. Also, a Wall Street article, Federal Agencies Use Cell Phone Location Data for Immigration Enforcement. According to these reports, the
Without
ICE...
objection.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. According to these reports, the ICE access databases containing phone, water, electricity, and other utility records. This data included 400 million names, addresses, and service records from more than 80 utility companies, including water, gas, electricity, phone, and internet, basic necessities. Professor Landon or Ms. Goting, both of you, can you describe the quantity of information available to ICE agents at any given time or any other law enforcement that has similar contracts?
Yeah, I compare the way these agencies get data to a fire hose. They get data from thousands and thousands of sources updated in real time. They have billions of data points, and they have these dossiers that are linked to each of our names. They have over 30 million dossiers that are just constantly getting updated with new data. And then on top of that, they have data analytics that sift and sort the data. So even if I don't know somebody's full name, or I only know part of their phone number, social security number, I can enter that tiny little bit of data about somebody that I know and pull up their entire dossier. And then I can sift and sort people based on where they are.
Do you know any specific as to utility records that are used against immigrants in terms of ICE?
Yeah. Specifically. So they often say that when ICE tracks somebody and ICE locates somebody, the first thing people ask is like, how do they know who I was? How do they know where I live? And that is linked to the NCTUE, that utilities data, because it connects your home, your like license plate. It connects critical pieces of data about you together. And then that can be linked to all of that other data, that fire hose of data that is coming in. So it just gives ICE and other agencies just a really robust data set to kind of have a lot of different ways to see where you are at any given time, what you're doing. People have been found based on like Facebook posts that there was a woman who was selling piñatas, and ICE agents were able to track that Facebook post through these data dossiers that include that utilities data to her, and they offered to buy one of her piñatas as pretext to then, arrest her.
Well, I like piñatas, for the record. Professor, can you shed any more light on this, particularly regarding ICE? I'm sorry, I thought there was a Professor Lambden in the group.
Professor, is it?
There's two professors.
Yeah, there's two. Sorry, there are two professors.
Oh, I'm sorry. So where's the other professor? There she is.
Professor Wexler. Yeah,
She's
Professor
on the
Wexler.
screen. I'm sorry, since I got here late, I didn't get to see everybody.
The issue that I would like to highlight for the committee is that regardless of what data is being targeted or who's being targeted, allowing the accused to challenge the quality of the data is essential to prevent wrongful arrests and accusations and convictions. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Chairman, I yield back. I see I only have 1 second. Thank you.